Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Outside Ground Zero. Outside Ground Zero. National Guard still at Shelby Park blocking the gate. Another day, another morning. People are starting to trickle in as far as personnel and Texas authorities and more National Guard. The dog I fed this morning. I fed the dog, feed the dogs this morning. Good morning, everyone. This is the front gate. There's dogs running around there. The park is still under control from the National Guard in the state of Texas. And people are starting to come in. It's still dark out. It's pretty empty out here. You got some media outlets that are starting to set up their booths or their little areas to do their reports. This is the border kind of wall fence surrounding Shelby Park. And we are here. Good morning. So, a lot of information I want to share with everyone that look, there's another dog out there that I've been seeing with my own eyes in Eagle Pass. One, there is reports out there now that possibly that they'll be expanding these fences, right? The wire, the fences towards the north. Towards the north. There's a couple communities between here and Del Rio. Del Rio is quite a distance up. Normandy and Camado. Q-U-E-M-A-D-O. Camado. Look at that little doggy running around. Look at that little doggy. Yeah, unfortunately, there's stray dogs running around. The people that cross into the United States illegally leave behind dogs. So there's talks that they would be expanding the fence northward. And I think, my opinion, based off what I've seen, I think that is much, much needed. Because though the crossings, the illegal crossings have come to pretty much zero in this area, in Shelby Park, downtown Eagle Pass, people are still coming into the north. And they're getting more and more calls and reports of people on 277 north of Maverick County Airport, around Normandy, around Camado. There's a rest stop up there, and there's a couple roads that lead from that rest stop right to the border, back roads. And people are coming across there. And it's interesting because I spoke to Border Patrol up there. Border Patrol is up there. Border Patrol is up there, patrolling. And there was one at the rest stop there. His truck broke down. And I talked to him quite extensively while he was waiting for a tow truck or maintenance person with his truck. And he was pretty cool. He was telling me all the roads up there, where they're coming in and how they're coming in. He's pretty much saying, they come in groups. Any time of the day, any night, it does not matter. There's no set time. Sometimes it just depends, right? And he's saying that they cross and they go on some of those farm type roads, dirt roads, onto 277, and then themselves, the migrants, will call 911 themselves. They'll call 911 themselves and turn themselves in to Border Patrol. And as we know, Border Patrol, their policies in play for right now allow them to stay into the country. National Guard, more National Guard are starting to come out. Now, I've been just chilling here this morning. I fed the dogs. Also, I got a video coming out. There is a ranch up there. There's a ranch up there called Cornerstone Children's Ranch. And it's literally right on the border. And this ranch is the one that will be hosting the trucker convoy this Saturday. So I was up there looking around for people that are crossing in illegally, and the owners of the ranch happened, or the people that run the ranch happened to be out there. And you know, two of them, Anson is one of the names, I forget the other gentleman's name, and you know, they gave me a good, you know, they exclusive interview. They talked about a lot of things going on up there. So I'll be putting that video, that interview out soon. I gotta edit it a little bit, and then I'll be putting it on the YouTube channel, JLR Investigates. But provides a lot of insight about, you know, people coming in Maverick County. This is Maverick County, Eagle Pass, just north of Eagle Pass. Yeah, there's dogs out here. They've been running around. They're hungry this morning. I've been feeding them, folks. So I appreciate you guys contributing with keeping the dogs hungry, you know, happy, their bellies full the best we can. Good morning. This is about the time people come in. Personnel in the morning, shift change. So this is the scene outside. So you know, we've been covering this now here almost a week. I've been almost here a week. And really nothing really has, besides them bringing in fencing and besides them bringing the wire and personnel, I can't tell if they're expanding north yet, but the rumor is they're going to. This is just the start. This is not just going to stay exclusively in Eagle Pass. I think it's going to, this operation is going to escalate further. To what extent, we do not know. Yesterday, I've been going along the border to the north, the dirt roads, and I've seen some things shocking to the core. One, unsecured border fencing, no border fencing, and clothes and trash everywhere, and no border patrol out there, and no National Guard out there. And I also saw the Mexican government, Mexican military coming in. I guess maybe two guys were trying to cross in on a canoe, and they stopped them and turned them back and told them to get out of the water. So it was interesting. I posted that video this morning. You could see for yourself. Remember, I was up on the, okay, so remember yesterday I was up on top of a mountain looking down, and I know a lot of you guys were wondering about me because I said, well, we saw a little dot in the water going across the, you know, far in the distance, and we were like, well, what's going on here? Well, I gotta put the light on. The lights went off. So we went down and chased it. Well, it was people crossing in on a canoe, and whoever the canoe guy was, the Mexican government, whoever was the canoe guy that would bring these people in, the canoe guy, the Mexican army came and kicked them out of the water. So that's an interesting question. Jana says, why do they dump their clothes once they come over? So let me talk here. Hold on. Let me get my light on. I suspect when they come across, they bring additional plastic bags. One, they're going to be soaking wet. Their stuff is going to be soaking wet from crossing. Maybe they didn't realize the extent of the Rio Grande, the mighty, powerful Rio Grande, because at times the Rio Grande is very, it flows. It flows like the current is strong, and sometimes it's shoulder, almost up to your head. Other times it's waist deep. Yeah, these people know the spots to come in. They know where the Rio Grande, where some rocks are in the middle, or some islands in the middle to be able to navigate across. And then they use tires, and they use milk jugs. They have like 5 or 6 milk jugs, and they use that as flotation devices. Or like yesterday, use people to canoe them over or raft them over. Yesterday, when we were live yesterday, we saw a dot. And remember, we went up to the dot, but my reception, cut off. Well, I put the extension of that video out, and I went up there, and it was 2 guys on a canoe. But at the same time, the Mexican army came and intercepted them and told them to get out of the water. Get out of the water. And they got out of the water, and they went away. And I actually thanked the military, and they waved to me and everything. I was like, thank you. I'm a media. I mean, at least the Mexican army's doing their job, right? At least they're doing their job. If it's just, if it's true. But for them to have all their clothes and dump it. So going back to the clothes and dumping, I think it's because they get wet. And they don't want to just walk down once they hit into America, walk around and just with wet, cold clothes. So what I've noticed they do is bring an additional giant plastic bag, and they put their clothes in plastic bags. So when they do cross, they just dump their wet clothes and then exchange it for the dry clothes that they bring in on a zip, like not a Ziploc bag, but you know what I mean? Like a plastic bag, airtight. So they have a fresh pair of clothes that's not wet, and they make the exchange right there at the fence or on the shorelines, because the whole shorelines are littered with clothing and littered with trash. And it's interesting because if you go down the border, dirt roads or anywhere, north or south of Eagle Pass or anywhere along the border, it'll just be dirt road, and then suddenly you'll just see a pile of clothes or a pile of old water jugs or backpacks, and you'll see it, and then you'll see all these like trails going down to the water. So it's clearly spots, specific spots they know they cross. I mean, they got their own scouts. I'm sure they got their own drones on the other side that have been able to pinpoint exact areas on the Rio Grande that say, okay, this is the safest spot to cross. I also saw the airboats out there too. The Border Patrol airboats. They fly back down the water. But here's the thing about the boats. You can hear them from a mile away. Like, it's a loud roar. So even if they were out there and they were plotting, unless the Border Patrol turns those airboats off and just kind of sit there, you're going to hear them coming. You're going to have ample amount of time to get out of that water or get across without being detected by Border Patrol. If you don't want to be detected. Some want to be detected. See, there's some people that do not want to be detected. There's some people that want to cross that don't want to get caught. A lot want to get caught because the policies now allow them to be able to stay. But there's quite a few that don't want to get caught. So they just wait. They wait. They sit there and wait. They sit there and lurk around the shoreline. Border Patrol is with these loud boats. You can hear them come a mile away, and they just wait. And when the Border Patrol boats go away, that's when they cross. That's when they cross. Now up north in Normandy and Kamado, there has been a lot of crossings in the last week. A lot. I'm actually going to go up there this morning and see what's going on up there. It's also hard to see at night in the darkness. But this is Shelby Park. This is the same thing that has been happening about 7 or 8 a.m. Central every morning. People have to provide documentation to cross. I mean, he's clearly an officer. He's going to go right in. But any pickup truck or unmarked car that goes in has to stop at the gate here, literally, and show some sort of identification. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I guess they're just going to keep the gate open because so many people are just going to come through. Nope, they're closing it. Closing the gate. We'll go out there in a minute. I'm just sitting in my car. It's kind of cool out this morning. Temperature, it's not as cold as the other mornings, but it's kind of cool out here. Shift change, yeah, it seems like or a lot of them arrive right before it gets light. Like it's kind of like all of us or all of you or some of you when you go to work. When you go to work at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. But we'll see some heavy traffic coming through here. They'll just keep coming and coming to work. It's like you going to work. Good morning. It's like work time. So I'm not necessarily down here for the convoy, but I'm gonna for people that are just jumping on there. Thank you, Marie, for the dogs. Yeah, we took care of the dogs this morning for sure. There was 2 of them. I actually made a video. One dog was bullying the other dog for food. I had to kind of. It was so wild because I was putting food down for one dog, and then I went to it farther away and put other food down for the other dog, and the other bully dog would go over and run over to the smaller dog, and take his food. You know, like I had to really try to separate them so the little one could get fed. And they both were hungry. They were chomping. But I will be checking out the convoy this weekend to see what's going on. Apparently there's a convoy coming around. I'm not necessarily here for the convoy. I'm here for this. But everyone's talking about it. I see a lot of people in the chat saying, hey, check out the convoy. Check out the convoy. So that's what... Brent Marshall, nice to see you. Thank you for the coffee. I will. Yeah, yesterday I didn't go live last night because I was up at Kamado. Kamado's about 20 miles to the north, or 20 minutes to the north. What I've also learned, here's what I've also learned, that's pretty wild, if true, is a lot of the property to the north along the Rio Grande on the American side, cartel owns a lot of the property, or people affiliated with the cartel, and they buy this property, and then people use the property to smuggle in whatever they want to smuggle in. And it's not just people. We're talking about narcotics. We're talking about cattle. Some of the properties along the border they bring in cattle or certain type of poultry, or I don't know, because there's some sort of regulations on this side or something. I was told things have to be quarantined or something for like a month, or I don't know. I really got to get more specifics. But if true, that's kind of troubling. It's kind of like, hey, people affiliated on the other side or crooked sheriffs. And Ray, I heard there's some crooked deputies in Maverick. I really heard that. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just going by what locals are telling me. Constables, sheriffs, and cartel buying up land along the border. Money talks. I can understand that, though, you know, in the cartel aspect. If you have property that's along the border, or if there's property, the opportunity to buy ranches and property along the border, why wouldn't cartel do it? You buy it, you own that property, and now you have access points to get in and out of Mexico. And then, you know, people pay. You make a killer. People come up through the property, and it's all like covert. And sheriffs and deputies and certain people turn a blind eye. Why not? If true. I don't know if that's true. You know, people say tunnels. I don't see why there's no need for tunnels up there to the north. Because the roads are so dirt and so remote out there, and there's no cell phone service in most locations out there. Border Patrol and National Guard are not even patrolling up there. I was running along the border just north of Eagle Pass up to Normandy, all around the dirt roads there along the border, and I haven't encountered one National Guard or Border Patrol. Nobody. And I was out there for hours. I didn't encounter anyone. I've seen people in boats up there, like I said, people, I don't know what they were doing. I didn't actually see the illegals or people cross over illegally yesterday, but I did catch the end of it when the military, Mexican army, stopped some boater up there. But the whole area is so remote, and you have to go around all these hills and mountains. It's not secure back there. It's not secure at all back there. So, in order to get a real border, there goes National Guard in the van. In order to get a real, border, you're gonna have to man this thing 20. You're gonna have to either have electrical wire, or you're gonna have to man it 24 hours, 365. Because even some of the fencing that's barbed wire up there, they just rip it apart. They just cut through the hole. They cut through the fencing. They take trees and they lay them down over the fence, and they climb over the trees into the United States. I've seen it. It's not secure. Not secure at all. Not secure at all. I don't think this is a show here, because I really honestly think it's effective here in the park. In the park. What they have here, I believe, is effective. In the park. You don't see people coming in here. They're going elsewhere. But they've stopped it. They literally stopped it. The way I see it, I've been looking around for any buses or any vans in Eagle Pass that pick up people that get caught crossing over Eagle Pass, and I haven't seen any, and I've been here since last week. They go to a little to the south, a little to the north, and who knows where else across the state. But they're not doing it here in Eagle Pass anymore. So I do honestly think, my opinion, that all this stuff in this park is working in Eagle Pass. In Eagle Pass, it's working. You ain't getting over those wire over there and over these shipping containers and past this National Guard in Eagle Pass. You're not getting past it. They're not letting people pass. And I think if there was anyone to get through, and some have it to the south, they're getting arrested or sent back if National Guard gets them. But it's a battle between who gets them first. It's like, it's so weird because if people cross over illegally and they come up on the shoreline and they meet Border Patrol will take them in and process them. If they meet National Guard will arrest them or send them back. I seen them get them sent back. Maybe they did it because they were on camera, but I seen them get sent back. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, so I mean, imagine if you really want a secure border, if you did the exact same thing here as you did with every community along the Texas coast. Honestly, I think it could significantly work. But how much money is that going to cost? How much personnel is going to be involved? If you got 500 National Guard here, I don't know, I would say there's a total maybe of 500 people around here in Shelby Park, maybe 500. Law enforcement, National Guard, Florida, Texas. But if you did the exact same thing in all the ports of entry or all the hot spots, very little will get through. It's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like maybe your roof and you got a leak in your roof and at certain points and you plug the leak up. But like, how much is it going to cost? Like, how are you going to affect it? Like, can you really feasibly do that through thousands and thousands of miles of border? We don't. Here's another thing too. How much is what you're seeing in front of me? How much is this costing a day? Taxpayers, how much is it costing? And let's do a cost-benefit analysis. Is it costing the taxpayers a lot more to do this, to stop it, than if these people came in and used social services? Because eventually, with what you see in front of us, somebody's going to have to pay for this too. But will Americans be more inclined to help contribute when it's for a cause that they support? We don't know the economic impact. I don't know how. I mean, Florida, one of the guys from Florida told me there was 50 of them here. There might be more. Maybe his group was 50. But imagine how much that's costing Florida taxpayers to come here. On a state that, taxpayers in Florida have to pay for this. And I'm just saying this in general. I mean, these are just questions. Manpower overtime. But a lot of people will say, hey, I don't mind paying. I don't mind. I don't mind paying for this. I don't mind helping. Food, gas, wages, healthcare. We pay either way. That's kind of where we are, Tim. We pay either way. If they don't do this and people keep flooding in, the American taxpayers are paying. If you do stop it or try to stop it, the American taxpayers pay. You pay regardless. But you do have a point. The money's borrowed. But taxpayers, I mean, if you got National Guard down here, I mean, how's this being paid? What coming out of the Texas budget? And what do they do to pay for this? Does Texas cut down on other services to pay for this National Guard? Or do they just raise property taxes or raise more taxes in different ways to be able to pay for all this? We need some economists. We need some economists or some people. We need some state treasurers or somebody to come on and get some insight about the economics of all this. This isn't free, folks. This isn't free. But maybe that's why other states are saying, well, we're going to stand with Texas and we're going to contribute. We're going to contribute some resources and some money out of our state coffers. Mike says it's significantly cheaper than an open border. Right? No? Yeah? But what can you really do to secure a border? What can you really do to secure a border? Double fencing, triple fencing, electric wires, motion detectors, man people. Good morning, everyone. So it's starting to get light, as you see, outside Shelby Park. Now, I didn't stream 24 hours here. I'll be doing a lot of streaming this weekend, though. I actually got some sleep last night. 10 o'clock. 10 to 5. 10 to 5. I hear roosters. It was all right sleep, you know. Hello from Russia. We got Russia, Moscow, Russia in the house. Where's everyone from? Where's everyone from this morning? Remember I did that and everyone's like, I'm from here, 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 here. And it just went boom, 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 boom. Where's everyone from? Indiana, Missouri, Texas, Kentucky, Missouri, Fort Smith, Arkansas, New York. See, a lot of people are watching not even from Texas. A lot from Texas. Look at this. So many. Finland. Good morning, Finland. Ontario. Switzerland. UK. New Jersey, Texas, Alabama, Illinois, Washington, Alaska, Miami, Glasgow, Del Rio, Philly, Minnesota, Nebraska. I see a lot of states. I see a lot of states. As it gets light, it gets a little bit more... Is that CNN? Who's that guy? Who's that reporter? Who's that reporter? It looks like one of those CNN guys. Interesting. Thank you, long hair miss. No, I thought that guy looked like the guy from CNN, Ed Levendera. Is that Ed Levendera for CNN? Is that? People say, yeah. Hello. Hello. Hi. That's CNN? Oh, he didn't answer. Look, he's taking breaks. Look, he's messing up. He has to keep redoing. Look, he keeps messing up. Look, he keeps messing up. He has to keep starting over. It's like this 5th time. Here he goes. He messed up again. Here he goes. Look, that's the 6th time. What do you think? Who is that? He had to do like 7 takes. Start over. Start. Look, he got a dog by him. Yeah, it gives you the behind the scenes. Look, he has a teleprompter. Maybe, I don't know. He has a little note thing there. Anybody know who that is? See, they do the reports, they'll be packing up and leaving. Interesting, right? They usually they do the reports and then they pack up. We'll see if they pack up. It's like one of those hey, I'm out here, da 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 da. Okay, see you later. And then go back to a cushy hotel room. Quiet out here this morning. It was busy when now it's starting to get light, as you see. I hear a street sweeper. Street sweeper. Beanie says, back at the gate where nothing happens. Yeah, we're going to venture out this morning, though. They're probably on like American Morning. I don't know. I haven't watched CNN in like 10 years. If it's CNN. They might not even be CNN. They might be somebody else. I don't know. Does that look like CNN to you? Face check. Who is that? Looks like Sank. Young Turks. Got another reporter here. I don't know who that is. It's always good to see who's around, too. Who comes around. These look like Vanity Fair Vice reporters. Vice journalists. BuzzFeed. So apparently that the park, according to the guards, is not necessarily closed to anyone. If you want to go in there and go golfing or go in the park, I think they let you. Thank you, Laguna Berry. I think they might be going in. Hello, I'm looking for Major Perry. I was told that Major Perry's the one that lets people in, PIO, for the National Guard. We are journalists with blah, blah, blah. We like to see what's going on. They have to come to the gate and get an escort. I don't think they're letting people down by the boat docks anymore like that. They'll let people go maybe in there and onto the left, but not far. Texas. Did you guys see the video yesterday that I posted with the protester lady that came and told them to disarm? It was an interesting interview, and yeah, I posted it yesterday. I titled the video "Protester Confronts National Guard" because she came to the gate and she was basically, you know, she's saying she's a local, she's a taxpayer, she has the right to be in there. She's like, I want to demonstrate in there with my crew, or we are going to demonstrate. Look at the doggies. I fed both of them this morning. Look at the doggies. Good morning. Morning, doggies. Look. He's doing his he's getting his photos. Dog outside park. Shelby Park. A Vanity Fair special. All right, so, okay, so here's the deal. This is how you figure out who the journalists are. Look around Google Images later in the next day or two, and if you see that dog in front of that Humvee in a picture, you know that guy took the picture, and you'll know who he's with. I'm sure if you just ask, hey, who you with, they'll tell you, but if you see that picture out there, then you'll know the photographers. You'll know what publication they are. Cartel News. It's pretty good because sometimes, like, I like doing this. I'm like a people watcher anyway, so a lot of times I go to like events or rallies of certain things or whatever, and see the other journalists there, and then I try to pinpoint based off their photos that they put out there and say, oh, okay, I remember that person, I remember that journalist. Texan said undocumented dogs. I mean, it's most likely those dogs came over from Mexico side, traveled with whoever, and then they just left their dogs. Don't go up the street. I wouldn't go up the street like that. You might not come back. Go up the street like that, they might not come back. I don't know. Dogs are kind of resilient. They know where they're going. Those dogs were gone. Now they go up the street and then they come back. One went up. One followed me though, and I brought him back. I don't know where they went. Went to that house. And somebody said that's a house. All right, we got somebody else that just arrived. Who's here? Coming over to say hi to his colleagues. Dog is back. Oh, there's the other doggy. They're back. Dogs came back. They come back naturally. You almost hit my Jeep. Good morning from outside Shelby Park in Eagle Pass. We are going to see what excitement comes out today. We're going to see who arrives, what happens, when, why, how. I'm wondering, the National Guard that comes in these pickup trucks, are they their pickup trucks, or are they like the National Guard have a fleet of pickup trucks? Oh, look, we got a truck full of National Guard. A van. Now, she came out with a clipboard. She might have a list. Who can enter and who can't. Richard, thank you. Find out who the other media is. I'll try to find out. Oh, look. More wire. More wire. What are they going to do with all that wire? Oh, that says Louisiana. Oh, that license plate said Louisiana, folks. Looked like that license plate said Louisiana to me. Is Louisiana here now? It looked like Louisiana would wire, man. Did Louisiana bring people? I know the governor of Louisiana put out a tweet last week and said they stand with Texas. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, we fed the dogs this morning over there. Well, I did. I actually brought more food. I'm just kind of hanging out here this morning as it gets light. It's kind of like, I'll be honest, like, it's scary out there on those dirt roads at night. And I think in the next night or two we'll do a feed just to show you. I don't know what we're gonna see, but I felt like the what's that like somebody like the was it the Purge or the Pennywise or one of those Grim Reapers would have jumped out on the road in front of me out there. Pretty dark and scary out there. And also I was told and advised that There's wild boar out there too that will actually tear your car up and come at you if they get you down. Hyenas. Watch out for lions, mountain lions, boars. Yeah, I don't know about hyenas. I know people are like hyenas, but that was told to me yesterday, so I don't know how. I was thinking that too, hyenas. Lizards, jackals, coyotes. I seen coyotes out there. I seen them running around. So you guys know what's out there. Lucifer. Thank you, Lucifer. Lucifer said, keep them out. Bring more wire. The place is a massive graveyard near Texas and Mexico border. Bigfoot. Look out for Bigfoot. I also look at license plates coming in because we want to see where these people are from. Who's contributing. Texas. Hold the line. Hold the line. All right, people coming out. Shift change. Maybe. They're just sitting there waiting. Oh, they're sitting over there heating up. Did you guys hear about the new legislation that passed in the House that would make a fleeing from law enforcement a federal crime? And in reference to like smugglers that run, if you run or flee, it's a federal crime. And if anyone dies in the course of fleeing, you could get life in prison. Did you guys see that? Congressman Juan Ciscomani, Arizona District 6, tweeted out. He put out here. Hold on, let me. So he put this out. Too many lives have been jeopardized or even taken due to bad actors engaging in high-speed pursuits. I spoke on the House floor today to highlight my bill, Agent Raul Gonzalez Officer Safety Act, which would crack down on these pursuits and make our communities safer. So I guess maybe an agent died in pursuit of a smuggler or something. This passed through the House. They're saying it passed. Now, he's the congressional member for the Arizona 6th Congressional District. This is a federal crime. Federal legislation. So, this will put the smugglers and cartel and everyone on notice. Don't run from law enforcement. If you flee, you have a potential of spending a long, long time in prison. Don't flee. I mean, who flees anyway? I mean, I don't get people that think they can outrun police or outrun authorities. I mean, majority of the time you won't, and they will find you anyway. I mean, what's the point? You're putting a lot of people at danger by going on these high-speed chases, man. Sometimes I watch these high-speed chases on TV and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because they could hit anyone with women, you know, mothers, with children in their cars or families, and I mean, you're putting so many people at risk. Law enforcement at risk. You go past police. Eagle Pass police aren't allowed in their own park, I'm told. I haven't seen one Eagle Pass police officer in that park. Are they just not allowed in there? That's a great question. Why is Eagle Pass police forbidden, if true, from going into the park? They're the police department. What's going on? Who's she? Uh-oh, we got an emergency. Someone drowned. That usually means somebody drowned, folks. Oh, it almost hit the dog. Oh, that's not good, folks. That usually means somebody got hurt. Drowning. Oh, man. Where's the Eagle Pass Hospital? I don't know. I was going to maybe think about going up to the hospital and go up to the front of the ER and see who comes out of that, see who comes out of the ambulance. Yeah, Beanie says can't do that because of HIPAA. Ah, you could do whatever you want in front of a public place. It almost hit the dog, man. That ambulance almost hit that dog. Here, let's go see something in a minute. Maybe I can see over the top of the hill what's going on down there by the water. Hold on. I'm gonna go up the road. Let's see what's going on. Usually you can see over here where the oh yeah, look, there's the ambulance. Where's it at? Like probably a drowning. We'll go up top of the hill. See if we can look down. I can go up to the top of the hill and then turn around. Hold on a second. Missed it. Yeah, that ambulance is going to the hospital. What they were saying though is like they average like a drowning a day here. So it's quite possible someone drowned. Maybe it's also personnel too. We don't know. You know, pray for the safety of anyone. You know, we don't want to see anyone lose their life. But they're patrolling in the boats and people cross and then people drown or they have to rescue. And then they bring them to the boat dock right there, and then the ambulance comes. And they did that yesterday morning too. It seems like they average a drowning a day. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Right down there, that's where the boats slip and boat dock is. There's Florida. You see Florida? Oh wait, those things weren't there yesterday. You see those boats there? What kind of boats are they? Because they weren't there yesterday. The fencing was. That was not there yesterday. What are those? What type of are they, like rubber dinghies now? They're like pontoon boats? Must have brought them in overnight. See, a lot of times they bring in all types of things overnight. SEAL Team 6 boats. Looks like they got a couple in the water, I guess, because the one middle trailer's empty. Kept coughing. Up on the bridge up there, they pull people over too. It's wild. They're still waiting out here. I think National Guard's there giving interviews. Here, we'll go check that out. We'll go check that out. Took my spot. Took my spot. You know, people think they're entitled to spots. That's my spot. Dude, CNN's gonna interview 2 National Guardsmen, man. Literally. Those are two. I've seen them. I think they are. They might not even be in uniform. What's their hat say? Now maybe they're just people out here just spectating. Oh. Who is that? Who are they? It's an interesting truck that just came. Might be media. Here he is again. Yeah, I actually interviewed, people are talking about the convoy. I actually interviewed the Cornerstone Children's Ranch where the convoy will be held. I'll put that interview out this afternoon. Yeah, I don't know who these guys are. I'm trying to figure it out. They might be journalists or people that just want to check out the area. I don't know. Somebody said, Rocco? Who's Rocco? Ask him. Yeah, really. I guess we just have to ask. Might be like, why you want to know? If he runs back up, I'll ask. I'll say, hey, everyone in my chat wants to know who you are. That's how I break the ice. Maybe they're trying to gain access. Well, you know, it's interesting. Someone said in the chat, maybe they're volunteers, and I personally saw 3 separate people come down here and ask if they could volunteer, like asking, and that's interesting. Like civilians saying they want to be deputized. Thank you, RRTX, Texas, with the Texas symbol on your profile. The Texas Texas is my second state of choice. If I was gonna, or it'd be my first if I moved out of Florida, I'd come to Texas. Maybe Dallas area. Fort Worth. Kind of like that area. I just think Texas has, like, I don't know, I like the roads, I like how wide they are, and you know, it feels, you just feel like you're, like, don't mess with Texas, kind of. I don't think I'd go to Houston though. I don't like Houston. Probably Dallas, Fort Worth, or at least a little bit outside. Mission, Texas is nice too. Oh, Border Patrol is here. Border Patrol is here with their, here they come, folks. Watch this. Watch this. Boom. So Border Patrol, they are allowed to come with their boats. U.S. Department of Homeland Security. They're here. And they're about to get granted access to Shelby Park. Might be a water rights issue. It really would. It might be. That's one of the reasons why maybe they are allowed to throw their boats out there in the water at the boat dock in Shelby Park, because water rights. Does Texas really have the legal authority to tell the federal government you can't go on water? That's a great question. And I thought about that. Water rights. River wars. Water access. I mean, who owns the waters? The state or the feds? Who owns the actual waters? State? Mexico? Mexico owns the, I think it's the halfway points between the water, like halfway. Like in the middle. Maritime? State? I'm not familiar with the border recon folks. Someone asked me, JLR, have you bumped into border recon folks? Not familiar. Is that an organization? It's the first time I've ever heard border recon. I'll look them up. All right, we're gonna go down and talk. We're gonna go out and venture for a minute. Look at all the birds. Oh, I left my dog food out here. Hold on, I gotta get the dog food. I left my whole bag of dog food out here. I'm gonna put that in the vehicle. I almost forgot it. Birds would have ate it instead of the dogs. Hi. Good morning. My live streamers want to know who you guys are with. CNN? Okay, thank you. CNN. So there's your answer there.
Morning, how are you? Good to see you. I'm going to get you all right in. Thank you, sir. Hey, you can get your car. I'm sorry. Hey, guys. Take their names, let them park right over here to the left. Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Major Perry. That's the PIO. So these ones might be.
Don't worry. You all good names? Yeah, I already got that figured out. Yeah, I just got that figured out.
They're journalists. They have to go through like a checkpoint protocol.
You need our names? Yeah, I already have it. You got it? Yeah. All right.
Really, you don't really get anything except just to go over there. That's all they're letting them go is right there. They're not letting journalists go down there to the boat dock anymore. Lately, they've been up here. I could go in if I wanted to. I mean, they let me in a couple days ago. And people are saying the people in the back, the two guys there aren't even journalists. I think they let them, if you are a person that wants to film in there, like as far as just go, I think they let you in too. You just have to show your ID. They'll take pictures of your license plate. I don't think it's like, but you're really confined to just one particular area. I'm going to sit in the car. I'm a little cold this morning. Ooh. I'm in shorts. I'm in shorts. I'm going to move up too. I'm going to move up here. Yeah, he said he's CNN. That's Ed Levendera. They were reluctant to say yeah. Like, you CNN? They looked at me and they're like, yeah. They're CNN. That's Ed Levendera. We got Florida in the house. Florida is in the house. Florida's here. Who are these guys? That's high times. High times. Get out of the road, doggy. This one, I like this little one.
Hello. Hi. Good morning. Nice to see you.
New Jersey. Look, you got New Jersey plates. What's up with that? Who's here from Jersey? Yeah, Jersey plates. JLR investigates. Good morning.
Hey, there you go, man.
How are you?
Good.
Who are you with?
Good job. Through the black, man.
So,
I saw you asked. We've been watching you. We've been following you from the hotel.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
okay,
so you want to talk?
Yeah, sure.
All
man.
right. So what's going on?
I'm down here from Ohio, and I just kind of felt led to come down here. It's been on my heart for a while. So we wanted to come down, investigate what's going on. And we've been up in San Antonio and down here, and we've seen a lot of the same things that you have. And we came down here to pray. We came down here to expose what's going on and to do some research. I mean, we're finding out all kinds of things, just crazy stories, you know what I'm saying, about what's happening with the illegals that are coming across. I'm constantly getting corrected because I'm calling them migrants. I realize they're illegal migrants, but it's a sad situation. They're being used as pawns, man. And we're hearing stories like many of them are being forced out of their country, out of their home, away from their family, up here to be used as political pawns. So, and they're just trying to get back home. They love their way of life. They love where they're from. Okay, so we're hearing stories like that. It's kind of insane. All eyes around the world are on this place right now.
Absolutely. And what I'm doing is, as you just watched, and I was like,
Yeah.
who are these guys? You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I do is everybody that's walking by,
No.
like, who's here? Who's here? Who's it? Because my curiosity
Sure.
is like, who's coming out to, you know,
Right.
and for me, I always want to hear different people's perspectives
Sure,
of the situation. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah, yeah.
everyone has a take and everyone feels a certain way. And
You
I
did
like,
a good job, man.
No.
We've been watching you for a couple days. We saw the stash houses and we saw the other work that you're doing. And of course, the video amazing where they got sent back across the river.
yeah, that's right up the road. If you guys go up the road to the McDonald's and then just make a left and go
Yeah.
all the way down to the dirt road. It's
Okay.
not forbidden. It's a road there, and
Right.
and there's National Guard. And there's a basically along the river there.
Right.
You can see firsthand. There's people that cross. The National Guard told me about 100 a day cross through there
Right,
at different points. You know,
Right.
there's like a little island there in between the river.
Okay.
So they pivot and they sit on the island and then they wait and then they cross over. And
Right.
so it's a
Okay.
battle between the National Guard and Border Patrol there. Whoever gets them first,
Right.
each one does something differently. Like National Guard will send them back
I saw that.
or
Yeah.
arrest them, and Border Patrol will take them.
We were down there last night, and 2 men from Honduras got arrested.
Okay.
That made it across.
Up
It
at
happened
that
before
dirt
we got
road
there.
hill.
Yeah. It's a couple miles.
Yeah.
It's past the 2 open
Yeah,
gates.
yeah. It has a little dirt road you go off of.
Yeah.
Past the gate.
Right.
So what time was that? Because I saw.
That was
Six.
a little, maybe a couple hours before dark.
Okay.
It happened before we got there.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen people come get caught there, but I haven't since I've been here this time. I've been here
Right,
multiple times, seen people yet there. I want to go back there, and I keep going back there because a bus was there in the afternoon on Saturday and picked up a bunch. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's vans. Sometimes the vans will take down to the border wall where there are openings there and do an
Right.
exchange, and they get processed or wherever.
Have you
they
been to San Antonio yet?
I've been to 7,000 San Pedro.
Right.
And it's actually calmed down big time there as far as like, that's why I'm trying to tell my viewers and my perspective, this here has definitely put a dent in people coming through.
Yeah. It
My,
seems like it's slowed down. I'm sure they're getting through other ways, but they were saying there's 1,000 people a day at one point coming through that up there. So
well, behind the 2 bridges down there at the,
yeah,
right there at Shelby Park, the beginning over there, there were 5,000 a day.
really. Yeah,
5,000 a day coming in late November, early December.
So
And then, you know, even in the fall, when I was here in the fall,
Okay.
about 2,000, 2,500 every day.
So one thing that we're trying to find out and nobody knows is why do some of them have ankle bracelets? Have you found out about this?
I'll look into it. I've heard
Yeah.
that.
So I asked the guards or the police up at the center up there, and they said they don't have any idea. They said they come here like this, which is kind of interesting to be so far from the border with an ankle bracelet from Mexico. We saw them in San Antonio. So we're wondering, you know, who's tracking them? Is it law enforcement from Mexico? Is it cartel? We don't know, but that's one thing we're trying to find out.
Awesome.
So-
Well, Through the Black, I appreciate it. What's your name?
Tom,
Tom,
God bless
JLR.
you, man. You're doing
Thank
a
you.
great
God
job,
bless
man.
you too. Be
Yep.
safe
You too,
and be
man.
safe.
Yep.
Nice guy. Nice guy. He was watching the channel. They were watching. They were like, he comes over and goes, hey, here's my card. That's pretty cool. See, they do watch. People watch, right? So we're covering the border. And as you saw, like curiosity seekers, man, from other organizations or groups or people from all across the country feel like this is ground zero. And it is. It is ground zero of this battle right now between the state and the federal government and the immigration issue. The immigration issue. Here's the card, Through the Black, if anyone wants to go look. He gave me a card, Through the Black. Look, Border Patrol coming More Border Patrol. The weather here is kind of interesting because in the morning it gets real cold. It's like in the 30s, and then it warms all the way up to about 70. Afternoon it's fine. But man, I get cold out there. Ooh, you don't want to get hit, doggy. Oh, he's chasing birds. Like I said about CNN, you do your report, go inside your cars. Go inside the cars after you do your reports. If you're new to the channel, welcome. JLR Investigates. Share this video out covering the area. We're seeing firsthand what goes on. We got Border Patrol coming out now. They waved. What do you think? So it ends up being here, but this is the scene out here. As the sun is coming up, another day, ground zero here in Eagle Pass, Texas. And we're going to cover this throughout the weekend here on JLR Investigates. front gate. Who's this? Got another somebody. Just seeing who's who. Who's who? That was interesting. Must show ID to enter. That's an interesting vehicle. Yeah, I got some places I'm going to go in a little bit and take you guys. So we can see. This is kind of like spying, right? Spying on a public street in front of the park. We're just monitoring what's going on. We're just observing. We're seeing who's coming around. We're seeing what could happen next. I wonder what happened with the ambulance that came. It would be interesting to know. Well, you got CNN here, though. They weren't here. I haven't seen CNN here. That's CNN. That's CNN's setup. But they weren't here the last couple of days, so why are they here now? Why CNN come today? Or have they been here? Because I haven't seen CNN here that I've seen. So they're here now, and they got a little studio set up. But now CNN came. So something might be brewing if CNN is here. Maybe. Maybe not. No, they're CNN. That was Ed Levendera. I mean, this has been going on here at this park for a long, long time. And CNN is finally here. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, you're blocking my view. You're literally in the middle of the street. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, he's moving. What are you doing? Dude, this is like a Secret Service truck. Suburban. Somebody in the back? And he just parked in the middle of the road. Traffic jam. What are they doing? Who are these people? We'll see. Keep my eye there. They tried to like go in and then they turned around. I'm gonna get a lot of spectators here in the next couple days. The protest lady said that she's coming back Friday with a bus full of people. So that will be interesting. What's today? Is today Wednesday? Did the reception go bad? Pixelated. How did we get pixelated? How did we get pixelated? All these media people. Huh. It's better. We got pixelated. Better now. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Jamming the signal. Richard Dawson channel, thank you. We are at the border. We are at Shelby Park. All right, so what I'm gonna do, folks, is I'm gonna go up on top of that hill. Remember the hill that we had? And we're gonna look at a different view, and I'm gonna go look around for a little bit, and I'll be back in a bit. But thanks for watching, and I'm glad we got something out of it this morning and seeing who was arriving, and hopefully get some learn more and get some insight. I'm at Ground Zero. I am JLR Investigates. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And I'll be back in a bit. All right? Hopefully I get some good footage. We'll see what happens. We want to know the truth. We want to know what's going on here. We want to see who comes, what transpires, what's next, who's going to come. Does this continue? Remains to be seen. All right, I'll be back later. Bye, guys.